Welcome back to another video. I'm going to share with you how all the things that you're seeking already exist. Everything that you desire already exists. The career you're dreaming about, the relationship you are longing for, the inner peace that you're craving, it already exists. And the abundance, the wealth that you're looking for and that you're seeking, it's all here right now, vibrating at specific frequencies, just like a radio station. These things aren't physically visible, the frequencies, you cannot see them, but you can tune into them, into the right frequency, through your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, through, in my case, the deep breath work, through hacking to raise your frequency, dropping the drugs and alcohol, dropping the toxic relationships, dropping the environments that don't serve you. You drop those things and your frequency is going up. Dropping all the processed food, all the fast food, the french fries and the donuts and the pizza, those things lower your frequency. You don't create the music by turning the dial. You just align yourself with the signal that's already there. Let me repeat that. You don't create the music by turning the dial. You create by aligning with what's already there. Life works the same way. Again, there are people who have the fancy house, who drive the fancy car, who are in the dream job. There are people who, you know, they're living out their purpose. They're in the right place at the right time. They're doing the thing that God called them to do. If your thoughts, feelings, and actions are vibrating at the frequency of doubt and fear and chaos and sadness and loneliness and all these nasty negative feelings, then that's what you're tuned into and that's what you're going to get. You don't get to tune into joy, peace, and prosperity by holding feelings of sadness and despair. It just doesn't work that way. You never planted strawberries in the ground, but then got an apple tree. It doesn't work that way. And our lives are the same way. We reap what we sow. And what the universe is really tuned into, it's not so much your thinking, it's your feelings. If you feel great, you walk out the door, you have your head up high, your shoulders are back, and you're ready to embrace all the good things that you you're deserving of, the things that you are looking for, those things come to you, right? You don't get figs from thistle. Never happened that way. You have to tune into the things you're looking for. And again, back to how do you tune into those things? For me, it's just a physical act. It's the deep breath work. That's why I teach people how to align themselves with the frequency that they're looking for. All I do is help people raise the frequency, tune in, and within 5 minutes, you're tuning into a frequency, and now you're doing brain training, mind sculpting towards the outcomes that you're looking for. When you shift your frequency through belief, through gratitude, and clear intention, you begin to align with the vibration of your desires. That's how this works. I guess I could just shut the video off now. Hope you have a great day. It's not about thinking positive. It's about feeling positive. How can I get to feeling positive even if my life sucks and things are really bad and everything's going wrong? Jump into it, hack it, take control of your thought life. That's why I do the personalized meditations that are to you, from you, by you, with your name spoken to you, and you consistently listen to the meditations. You do 5 minutes in the morning, and your brain begins to make new neural pathways. The synapses, dendrites, and the neurochemicals begin to react, and now you have a new path, and your brain, your mind only goes after the things that it's being programmed with. So why not just program all the things that you're looking for and not be so distracted with everything? Not be so distracted by every time I open up the phone. I have to admit, it's like I open the phone and I can't even remember why I got the phone out in the first place, because I'm like shiny object. I just see one thing and I start going down that rabbit hole. But if you're consistently directing your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions, you're programming your mind, then it will override all the distractions. It's about embodying the feeling of having everything you want. You have to embody the person you want to be in order to magnetize the things you're looking for. And you have to embody the person you want to be before you ask that from someone else. If you're wanting more love in your life, you have to embody love from within first before you start pointing the finger to everybody else and saying that they need to be more loving. It's about embodying the feeling of having what you want. When you feel joy, confidence, abundance, the vision and the feeling in your mind before it shows up, before it arrives physically, that's how it's done. You're tuning your personal frequency to match the things you're looking for, right? You're not asking the whole world to change. You're changing your frequency, and now you're tuned into the station that you're looking for. Imagine wanting love, but in your life, you're carrying around bitterness and resentment. Those emotions are not aligned with the frequency of love. So you block yourself from tuning into that experience. But when you let go of the baggage and you choose love that comes from within yourself, you become a magnet for it. Your goals, your visions, your ambitions are already aligned with that vibration that's in the field of possibility. You don't need to chase them. Let me repeat that. You don't need to chase those things. You need to align with them. You do that by thinking, feeling, and acting in harmony with the person who would have those things. You tune into them as if they are already yours. And I know that sounds crazy, but you have to embody the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You have to embody the feeling of the desire already fulfilled. You have to embody the feeling looking outward in the shoes of that person, right? A few years ago, I did this. I kept on envisioning the car that I really, really wanted. And don't worry, it's not a fancy car. It's just something that I wanted, that I needed in my life. And it was a necessity. And when I was driving on the highway, I would always hold the steering wheel and just for a few minutes pretend that the car that I wanted was in my hands and I was driving it. And it actually worked out for me with two cars that I wanted. And I got them both on the same day, which is, it's not a materialistic idea. Trust me, these aren't cars that, I had to break myself to get. It's just, I had to work to that point. I had to get up to that point to get the cars that I was wanting and needing. And the exercise I did was just literally driving the vehicle, driving the car, holding the steering wheel, and just in my mind, sitting in that seat of the car, holding the steering wheel of the car that I wanted. That's what I mean by embodying the wish fulfilled, embodying the desire of your heart as if you're in that place. The universe responds to who you're being and who you really are, not just what you're asking for. Tune in, align, and watch what shows up. I love you and I mean it, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye and God bless.